Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Mastermind Creations Perfection Series PS-24 Incertus, their version of a Masterpiece Groove. You can see him there in his bike mode. We can put him off the side real quick and take a look at the box. But yeah, you can see right here, yeah, you got a nice bit of artwork of Incertus there in his robot mode. Nice bit of art, yeah, aux there, the Ocular Max thing, and all built in. And on the top you have, hey, Groove in both his modes. And on this side you have some artwork again of Incertus. And on this side you have, hey, look, Incertus with most of his teammates except for one, who's the last one there. On the bottom you have some warnings and whatnot, and a barcode and ages 16 up because it's not for children. And on the back you have, hey, look, there's the whole sequence of, hey, look, there's the combined mode and the transformation and everything. And of course a little bio and tech spec thing right there, also the aux sticker, and of course, yeah, included in there is you have the little red transparent decoder, which you can use that for the tech specs and all that stuff. There's the box. In the box, along with the decoder and all that stuff, you also get, of course, the instructions, which are okay. There's definitely a couple things it just kind of glosses and skips over, I've noticed, but it's not too difficult to figure out what it actually wants from you. And there's also the collector card, which, you know, it's just, again, that artwork of Incertus with the bio and tech specs in the back as well. Some pictures of the vehicle, of the robot. So, Incertus. Number 4. Number 4 in the Protect the Bots group. And you can see he is a police motorcycle, very much based on the California Highway Patrol back in the old days. And yeah, getting close here, you can see got a little the windscreen and everything, the headlights, some turn signals, a little red right there for the siren, or flashing lights, I guess. Emergency lights, yeah, you got a little bit, you know, light picked out there. You got rubber tires with some silver on there. You got the engine picked out in detailing. You got police right there. You got a little box full of stuff, I guess, right here. And actually, you can see the gauge is picked out in paint, which is nice. You got also the, you know, some stuff on the handlebars as well. Nice and bit of paint there. Little star right there and everything. Got the kickstand right there. And yeah, you got some lights back here as well. And pretty much all the same on this side and everything. And on the bottom, you can actually see some bit of robot mode, but really not a whole lot, all things considered. Oops, forgot to fold those away. Yeah, all things considered, not really a whole lot of stuff to worry about robot mode wise. It's actually pretty well hidden away. As for posability stuff, the handlebar can turn slightly. You can see that they slightly turn, not a whole lot, but they can turn a little bit. You can adjust the handlebars a little bit as well. This can that comes untabbed very easily. Unfortunately, that shouldn't come untabbed that easily, but it does. There you go. Rolls really nicely, real smooth. As long as you have it all transformed right, it will roll real nice and smooth. All that stuff, and of course, kickstand can fold away, and there you go, because you'll need it for keeping him standing up, because he's a motorcycle. Now, a couple things to note regarding the vehicle mode, particularly accessories. One of which is his little handgun, which right here you can see this. This can store away. It's even got a little bit of red right there for another light. What you want to do there is actually fold this like that, and then back here you need to basically split the back end because it's going to be inserted right there. So you have to kind of split the back end here a bit, just enough so you can get this. Get the handle kind of goes in there like this, and then just kind of squeeze everything back together. Sure it all lines up. Put it all back together, and there you go. There's that. That's now stored away. Nice and fairly inconspicuous, actually, all things considered. Right there, and there's also a couple other rifles. These ones right here, you can see they are mirrors of each other. Mirrors, and those you can just, there's these little tabs on the box right here, the little storage box right here. I'm not sure what it's called. I'm not a motorcycle person really, but yeah, these can just tab in right here like so, and there you go. So they can just tab in right there. Alternate place, you can also tab them in right if you want. You can also tab them down here on this bit if you want. You can tab it in right there if you want. So there's kind of a couple options there. So that's the alternate alt mode accessories. There's really everything else is for the robot mode, so I'll get to those later. But yeah, it's a pretty good motorcycle, all things considered. It rolls nicely, it looks good, the robot hides away really well, and yeah, it just looks like a real good motorcycle and whatnot. So there you go. Now as for some comparisons, I'm only going to compare in this mode. I'm going to compare it to his fellow Protector bots because, well, because he's a motorcycle, it has to be combiner limb. Well, his scale is not really there. He doesn't really have a scale, but because here's Medicus, and look, wow, that's sure is a small ambulance. And you know, Navigant. Again, yeah, that sure is a small car, and heck, even the Ignis here, full-size fire truck, and still that motorcycle is huge compared to the rest of them. So yeah, I'm not going to compare it to any other Masterpiece stuff because I don't have any other Masterpiece motorcycles, and it's just basically motorcycle too big. It's that simple. Just because he has to be a combiner limb, so he has to be a big motorcycle, unfortunately. So yeah, there you go. Also, yeah, Medicus, his other mirror broke off. This was very much unfortunate. I was transforming it and I just it was hanging. It's like hanging on by like a micrometer thread of plastic, and I just pulled it off and set it aside. And I'm gonna see if I can contact MMC about getting replacements or something. It's not a huge problem to me. Like, for me, it's like disappointing, but like, you know, oh no, it's not got no mirrors. Oh well, that's kind of where I'm at with it. But yeah, that's the team so far. So that's it for vehicle mode stuff. Again, just compared to every other vehicle, Masterpiece vehicle, he's just too big. It's that simple. So I'm not going to bother. It's too big. So we're going to get into combined mode real quick, and we'll just talk about that real fast. I'm not going to compare that to anything either, because yeah. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, so that's the combine mode. Surprise, it's a block of folded up motorcycle. As a whole, yeah, it sure is combine mode. I will point out a couple things. Namely, a lot of people seem to forget seem to not notice that this wheel needs to be folded. They don't notice that. Yeah, they're supposed to be folded, so a lot of people have it like that, which is fine. It's not like it's going to hurt anything, but it's actually supposed to be kind of like that. And these kind of grip onto the rubber so it stays in place. That slot right there seems to work with this thing, but I can't figure out how it's supposed to plug in exactly. Because I swear I saw it like plug in like this, but like you can't really plug it in like that because yeah, I mean that plugs in like that, but then yeah, you see what I mean? It's like I'm missing. So I feel like I'm missing something kind of important regarding this how this plugs in or something. I'm not sure if I yeah, because it feels like it almost feels like I'm missing something because yeah, I've seen pictures. Nothing in the, by the way, there's nothing in the instructions about the gun in combined mode. It's just seemingly, it feels like it's supposed to plug in, and I'm like wondering if I'm missing something because yeah, it's the only way it feels like it plugs in, and that doesn't seem right to me, but what do I know? That's also very loose, and I'm like feeling like I missed something kind of important. Like, is there something, does this spin around or flip out, or, because that's a solid piece, and I'm sure that spins around, but that doesn't really help, like, at all. So I don't know, but yeah, that's the combined mode as a whole. Really is just a block of motorcycle, but it'll work. And yeah, the instructions do show how to combine it with Ignis, but I'm not gonna really show that off till the final combined mode video, which that's out of alignment because that's not. There we go. Yeah, it's out of alignment right now. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll show off how it all combines together in the final combined mode video. But yeah, that's your combined mode. So yeah, I'll go into robot mode and we'll continue this review. So yeah, this is Incertus in his robot mode, and you can see, yeah, he's a pretty decent looking robot. There's a couple things I'm not really, well, in this particular configuration I'm not thrilled with, but you can fix it, good enough. But yeah, getting in close, you can see he's a kind of weirdly high neck, large, thick neck right there, because that's just how he kind of was in the cartoon. You can kind of see that. It's his neck is kind of high, but yeah, you got a nice, very nice kind of copper-esque the chest and crotch right there. You got the silver right there on the arms, look real nice. You got the white legs and the silver piping and everything, and the little feet, which kind of vaguely look at the seats right here, although they're not. The seats are actually on the back. And of course he's got his backpack, but that's kind of expected. You got it, that's kind of expected to be there, but yeah, it actually compacts really nicely too. And these bits right here these are for the combined mode, but they actually kind of help hold this one securely, which is, well, really nice. That's the thing. It's just really well done overall. It's just and the transformation to get here is really good. It's a really clever transformation. The only thing is, sometimes the wheel right here, this little bit right here at the wheel can get a little snagged up, but nothing too bad, really. But yeah, just a really good looking robot overall. And the posability, his head is on a ball joint, so you got left and right. Oh yeah, I'll mention that in a little bit. But yeah, you got left and right. On there, you got up and down, you got waggle, all that stuff right there. It's all real good. You got the shoulders, you can do a full 360 right there, although these kind of get a little bit in the way. It's not too big of a deal to get them out of the way. You got outward right there. There's a butterfly joint, kind of. It's a weird, like, multi-hinge thing because of how he works. So you got a little bit right there, and then you can also, like, pop it out a little bit. Like, see, you can see those hinges. You can see that kind of pops out, and you get a little bit more. So he does have a butterfly joint, just kind of an interesting looking one. He does have a bicep swivel as well. Elbows can go about that far, which is real nice on a single hinge. You got a rotation right there at the wrist, and also there's a hinge as well, which is pretty cool. Nice little hinge. As for the hands, you can see right here, each finger kind of as a single knuckle in each finger. Just kind of open and close, and the thumbs on a ball joint, so you have up and down rotation as well right there, which is nice. He does have a waist swivel, which is pretty much unhindered. It's also very soft ratchet right there. He has a ab crunch, real nice ab crunch, real deep right there. As for feet, well, or legs I should say, this gets out of the way. If I can get my fingernail on it, that'll get out of the way, and you can hear that. Nice, very clicky ratchet that goes forward that far, pretty high kick. Got back that far. Outward, you have pretty much the full splits. And you have a thigh swivel right there. That's just friction. Knees, you have. Oop, I just started untransforming it. You do have a double jointed knee. It's just kind of an odd one. But yeah, you kind of have to start bending it in a certain way. And the tire can get a little bit in the way, unfortunately. But you do have pretty much a good amount of knee bend. Just kind of a knee joint. You kind of have to work with it a little bit. Because yeah, if you just bend the lower knee joint first, then you're going to have some issues. And I got a little of alignment right there. But yeah. There is a double jointed, like I said, there is a double jointed knee. You just kind of have to be willing to work with it. And also on top of that, the wheel will kind of bang into his own crotch. Yeah, you have to work with that. And bring this down a little bit. It's a little high right now. As for the legs or the feet, wow, I really did swap them around. Feet, you have ankle tilt, a lot of it. The toes can go up and down a bit. There's this thing, which is supposed to be up, but you can bring it down if you need heel support a little bit. And yeah, there's no side to side or anything. There's also forward and back on the hinge as well. Not a whole lot, but you get a little bit of forward and back. So yeah, pretty decent. The only thing is I would also complain about is the toes don't really, there's like no, I wish there was like just a soft locking point right here. As it is, they just kind of move freely. I just wish there was like a little soft little thoop right there or something where they're supposed to be, but not the end of the world. But yeah, he's got really darn good posability and whatnot. So my other thing about this is, yeah, the neck. Yeah, I don't really like how high the head sits. So you can, if you want, you hold this in place. You can just, well, there's a bunch of hinges in there. Just push it down. And now his head sits a lot lower. They put that in there, so now his head can sit a lot lower. This is no longer cartoon accurate, but now his head is a little closer to where, his shoulders, and looks a little, I feel that looks a lot better personally. Kind of gives him a weird pop collar look, but yeah. Again, it just overall just thinks it looks nicer. Also, that wish these kind of light again. There's just kind of a tab or something just kind of lock those in place, but yeah, nothing too bad. But yeah, Gives them a little bit of a pop color look, but you know, for me personally, this is preferable to the other configuration. Now, of course, you could take these little side rifles right here, and then of course, again, these are right here. You can pop those on right there. You could also, again, you can bring these out and pop them onto the feet if you want, again, but yeah, you can just pop these out, bring these out right here and just pop the rifles. These rifles have no handles, by the way, as far as I can tell. So yeah, you can just pop the rifles on the legs, and there you go. Now he's armed, even without having armament. The gun here, what you're supposed to do is, yeah, it's like this. Apparently, from what I've seen in the artwork, you're supposed to actually spin this around so it looks like this. This part's supposed to be like on the bottom, almost like a magazine clip or something. And again, that goes in his hand pretty well. Got that weird back slot system that MMC likes to do, so you kind of slot into the back of the hand instead of the side of the hand. And there's not a lot. If you have it like this, there's not a lot of room to maneuver. So what I like to do is get it in there first, get the fingers closed up, and then spin the gun barrel around. And there you go. Now, he's got a secure grip, and it was a little bit easier to get in there. And all looks right. And there you go. There's his gun. Right there. As far as the gun storage in robot mode, I think you can tab it into there, but it's going to stick out funny and look weird. Can't think of any other real places. He does have a couple other accessories as well. Unfortunately, speaking of one of the accessories, he's got alternate faces. Unfortunately, mine, you can maybe see a little bit of scratching on the nose. I'm not sure how well that comes across on the camera, but got a little scratch on the nose, and that's because I wasn't careful the first time. Because yeah, you saw transforming. These these front chest panels wrap around his head, and and also you have to squeeze his head through this back hole, and I scratched it. So be careful. I'll mention that in the transformation video, but unfortunately mine got scratched up. But good news is, if that happens, you have to do two alternate faces. One of them is, well, you got this kind of face, and also kind of a bit of a grin right there. And swapping them out is pretty easy. Just kind of lift the head back like this, and then just, get your finger under the chin and pop it out. Which actually looks kind of cool like that too. It's almost like now he's got this mono visor thing. It almost looks like its own face, its own right. But yeah, and swapping them is easy. Just make sure not to throw it. You just pop it on. It's swapped out. Wow. One problem is just me. I have just big fingers, so I have a hard time. But yeah, pop that on, and bam! Now he's got a different face on. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Pretty easy too. Thankfully, no screws or anything. And he's got one other accessory, which is, little horn thing, which, yeah, this is pretty straightforward. You just pop off one of the hands. Either one. Just pegged on. There's a little ridge right there. Yeah, just pop it on. Now it's got a horn. So you can doot at you. Do some dooting. There you go. And popping the hand back on is also pretty straightforward. There you go. So, yeah. Very, very nice robot overall. As a whole, nice posability, looks good. Just got to be careful with the face and this transformation, but yeah, generally looks good, and I generally like it. The only thing the only thing I would really complain about is the feet. I wish kind of locked in a little better, and that's the only real complaint, because the other one is addressed by just a built-in transformation thing with the collar. So yeah. And by the way, yes, they're supposed to be angled like that. They're supposed to kind of more or less look like that. They're not supposed to lie flat or anything. So there you go. So for comparison stuff, first of all, yeah, I didn't do the vehicle mode comparison because it was pointless. But here's a Swindle, the right leg of Bruticus. So he's the right leg of Defensor. So hey, they got MMC Swindle anyway. Give you an idea there. A little bit shorter than him. Well, depending on how you adjust the head, he's either the same height or a little bit shorter, I guess, roughly thereabouts. So that because my little Swiss, MP49 right there. Give you an idea how tall he'll be next to Optimus, or well, in my case, Nemesis. But hey, there you go. And of course, gonna knock him over. Of course I am. And here he's with pretty much the Protectobot squad. So they get that all squared away. Yep, there's the squad so far. Just need blades. I don't remember the MMC name for them, but yeah, just need the blades and have the full set. They're looking great together so far, so I'm very happy about this. So that's Incertus. Overall, Incertus is a good figure. Like, as a standalone figure, I think he's pretty good too. He's got a really clever transformation. He's got a really good alt mode, which hides away most of the robot really well. The transformation is mostly pretty good. You just got to watch out for the face, you know, when you're transforming, so just be careful with the head. The robot was really good. You can, you know, have options regarding the head, the positioning of the head, because, you know, it kind of looks goofy in the correct, quote unquote, correct position. For me personally, the feet, I wish the feet like locked in a little better, like the toes locked in a bit better, because as it is, it's really easy to just kind of make them just kind of get all out of position and him have them fall over or something. Oh, if you're messing with it. But overall, he's really solid. He's got a good heart center articulation. He looks great. He's got, you know, a couple accessories without going overboard, and he's also a decent price. He's about, I think he's about $105, $110, somewhere in that range. And yeah, for a Masterpiece figure of this size, that's a good bargain. I think he's a good figure. He's of the two Masterpiece grooves we've gotten so far, he is the best one. He is the better of the two. Oh man, I saw the other one. It's like, but yeah, the X Transbots version. So yeah, there you go on that. It's a good figure. It's a good addition to this team, and it's also possibly a good standalone if you want to groove. I saw people trying to put, like, you know, Figmas or stuff on that. They kind of fit. I believe, though, this is kind of a little too. I think it's a little out of scale with like Figma's one. I think it's a little too large, if I recall correctly. It's like 110 scale, and like Figma's are 112. So yeah, it's kind of. It's a bit big for that, some of that stuff, so I tried. Other figures, again, you saw that. There's no way unless it's a smaller Masterpiece like Bumblebee's, they're not going to fit on there. Yeah, so just a FYI for if you want a rider of any sort. I'm still trying to figure that one out. Figmas might be, I think Figmas are too small and whatnot. There's some figures out there that seem to be the right size, but I don't have any of them, so there's that. But yeah, that's Incertus. He's pretty good. He's pretty darn good, and I very much recommend him. Even as a standalone, he's a good figure. So the only thing is, if you're really holding out for, I guess, the official, because there's rumblings right now that the next official MPG combiner will be Defensor, that's interesting choice, but we'll see how that works out. But knowing how that, we'll see how that works out in general. But yeah, this is a good figure, so I highly recommend him if you haven't already got him. Don't know. There's going to also be a toy version, which I'm not sure what that's going to look like, and who knows if they're going to do a G2 version or not. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my social media down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Coffee, my Patreon, and I shall see you next time with another video review.